It is not even a secret that the leadership bar in this country has dropped drastically. It's unbelievable to hear some of the words that are being uttered by our leaders, and I tend to wonder, where are the technocrats? Where are the educated people? Where are the graduates to provide some sort of guidance, counsel, advice to our leaders to make sure that they say and do the right things? It's so shocking to hear leaders talking about things such as kuti waumfashani, vaisa kuletera obwali bwa nkoko, then watonyako fetu supu pa lulimi, then vaisa kuimiapo pa bwali kuti waumfashani. What does that statement tell you? How do you expect Zambians to interpret such a statement to say teti mutuimiepo pa bwali pantutatula apwisho okulya? You don't make such careless statements as a leader. No, you can't. I mean, how do you expect Zambians to feel when a leader is going to say things like, when you are stealing, you steal for the future? Huh? How can a leader say, you steal for the future so that you can better your life? No, we can't tolerate such statements. Surely mwebantu bakwalesa. How can a leader say, what is 2 million kwacha? What is 2 million kwacha? Like, really? Are you serious? Is that the question you're asking? Well, I'll tell you, 2 million kwacha is a lot of money that can change and transform the lives of the many impoverished young people in this country. 2 million kwacha is a lot of money that can provide medication in our hospitals. 2 million kwacha is a lot of money that can take the less privileged to school. 2 million kwacha is a lot of money to someone out there, to a lot of people out there. If just because you are rich doesn't mean that everybody else is. Just because 2 million kwacha is nothing to you doesn't mean it is nothing to everybody else. You know why? Because others don't even know what 2 million kwacha is. They don't even know what 10,000 kwacha is. So you cannot continue to make such careless statements and expect Zambians to just fold their arms and continue cheering you on. And you're even there saying, this is time for Zambians to start clapping for people who are doing well. Doing well? In what regard? How are you doing well in the first place? This is not time for Zambians to start clapping for you because you're doing well. No, this is time for you to tell us how you have managed to start doing well. It is time for you to teach us your formula. It's time for you to teach Zambians how you have managed to amass the amount of wealth that you have so that they can also learn to do what you're doing. Maybe perhaps their lives can also be uplifted for them to understand the value and meaning of a 2 million kwacha, which you consider to be nothing. No, leaders cannot continue to make such bad statements. Leaders cannot continue to be that careless to call other people idiots for not stealing when they were in government. No. Just because someone had integrity, just because someone maintains their integrity and doesn't want to do things dubiously, doesn't warrant somebody else coming to call them an idiot because you did not better your life when you had the opportunity. That doesn't make them an idiot. You see, the thing is, when you insult the first family, you are insulting all Zambians. When you call the first family idiots, you are calling everybody else an idiot. So you cannot use such words. You need to publicly retract, publicly apologize, take down such words. You cannot continue using such words. You're setting very bad precedents for this country. The future will not look bright when leaders continue to issue such statements. You know why? Because even the next people that will come in, they will continue to use such bad statements because they have been tolerated. Personally, I will not tolerate that. And I don't think that the youths of Zambia will tolerate such statements. No, it is wrong. There's a very big difference between integrity and being an idiot. There's a very, very, very big difference. Okay? In fact, since you have called some of us naked, you have said youths are naked and disgruntled. By naked, I want to believe you mean you have access to all our information and you know what's going on in the country. You have access to whatever things that we cannot access. If you have access to so much information, then you should help us fight corruption. Fight corruption. Find those who are doing all those corrupt practices out there. Find out about those people. Once you do, and you know who they are, those are the people you should call idiots. You cannot call people idiots for not stealing. No, you need to apologize for doing that or for saying that. Do you even realize that when you make such careless statements, you actually decampaign yourselves? And it's unfortunate because Zambians are watching and they are saying, we want leaders who can inspire us. But how do you inspire young people when you're going to make statements that do not even add value to the development process of the country? No, that will not be acceptable, and that cannot be accepted by the people. That should not be the case. You see, if you are going to do anything right now, you need to be able to mean it, including youth empowerment. If you are going to say you are going to empower young people, you are going to give them money, first of all, we are going to ask the question, where has this money been all this time? We'll also ask you a question, where is this money coming from? Is it taxpayers' money? Is it borrowed money? Is it donated money through the COVID times? We need to know where that money is coming from. If you're going to give youths money, it needs to come from the heart and not just as a campaign strategy. Because if it's a campaign strategy, trust me, we can read between the lines. We are a very smart generation of youths and we know what's going on. So it's better if you're going to give money to young people, do it from the heart. Don't do it to campaign, because when you do it to campaign, we can tell. We can see it clearly. Trust me. And you see, 9 years ago, in the year 2011, you are the same people that taught us the principle of go and eat what you are being given, but when that day comes, do the opposite. That's what you taught us. You taught us at Karieni, but don't kubeba. That's what may happen to you if you continue making careless statements or if you continue dishing out money as a knee-jerk reaction or as a political campaign strategy, but it's not coming from the heart. Because when other issues have been raised, such as corruption within the system, respect for the rule of law, media freedom, freedom of assembly, freedom of expression, etc., etc., and then you just respond with money, you just never know. We are interpreting it differently to say, why not react to these issues? And you just decide to say, oh, there is money here and we'll give the money to the young people because they are talking. They are talking, but that's not exactly what they're talking about. Don't just give me fish, teach me how to fish, because you will give me the money today and I'll just spend it. I spend it, I don't even know how to spend it because I haven't been given, a methodology or means and ways of how to manage my finances properly, and I'll just end up, it will be hand to mouth and then it ends there. And when that time comes, we'll say, oh, so they tried to blind us, but we will do what they taught us. We'll do don't kubeba. That's what may happen to you if you continue to mock the young people. So the young people are following carefully, and if you're going to do anything, please do it because you mean it and not just because you want to campaign. Because your own words, don't kubeba, may just happen against you, may be used against you. So please, do the right thing. This is advice, not out of any place of bitterness, but because, like I've always said, you are our leaders. And if it was a group of other people in leadership today, it's the same thing that would have been told to them had they been doing what you're doing. Because this youth movement that you hear about is only about good governance and accountability regardless of who is in office. Even whoever may assume office next, even if it may be the same people in office next, young people will still continue to demand for the same things that they've been demanding for: good governance, accountability, an end to corruption, respect for the rule of law, constitutionalism, and many other things. So let's just do the right thing and make sure that what you're doing should be true and not any trick. We do not want politricks. Thank you.